My name is Charles. 12 years ago, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. It set me on a journey to better understand this condition. It's taken me around the world as I hope to change not only my life, but others living with this disease. I've teamed up with some of the best in health to find ways to not only control, but to reverse. It does not take much to live for others, and what we leave is how we will be remembered. I hope at the end of this journey, we will see that hope is a good thing and the start of a better future. Welcome to ReverseD.
So we are wrapping up what has been really a powerful few days. Wow. I think this is one of our best series, and I say it because it really has come together very seamless. I think that the experts here knew exactly what we needed to do. The guests knew exactly what we needed to do. You know, sometimes when we make these series, people want to see some drama, some ups and downs, but I think that this series is for educated people. You know, this isn't a series where people want to see anything else but how to heal themselves, right? So I get a lot of questions all the time and messages, and they're like, are you going to talk about this? Are you going to talk about that? And I think that's what we really accomplish here, is being able to answer some of the questions. And hopefully we covered everything that needed to be covered. And sometimes people ask me what my motivation is. And as someone who was dealing with type 2 diabetes, and now I can say that reverse type 2 diabetes, it really was wanting to not only educate myself and save myself, but educate and potentially help save others, just with some information. So that's my motivation for this, and we're going to continue to do a great job, and it's been an amazing season. So, Buena Vida, and welcome to ReverseD.
Okay guys, so excited to share with you the parameters that we're going to measure to see how you're moving through all this process, which is not just the weight. Of course, we have weight, we're going to have skeletal muscle mass, we're going to go through percent body fat, visceral fat, and lean body mass.
Right? Yeah, and the biggest thing to remember when we're doing this is that these are just numbers. We're finding out where you're starting so that we can track the progress as you go, okay? We're looking at trends. Remember, we're not looking at it changed this week to last week's, what's wrong. It's how is it changing over 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks at a time. So it's just where you are. Your identity isn't tied up in these numbers, right? They're just numbers. They're just facts about where your body's at right now. So we're doing Maria first. Maria, you're up first. So we have here your total weight is 159, so 160 pounds, your total weight. And then as we scroll down, we see skeletal muscle mass. Skeletal muscle mass is 54 pounds. That is the amount of muscle that's attached to bone. So that's the muscle that actually helps us move. That doesn't include things like your cardiac muscle, your diaphragm, and organs and things like that. So we're talking about just muscle that's attached to bone. Okay? And so you're doing good. Your skeletal muscle mass is a little higher than normal. That's awesome. The more muscle we have, the better, right? Everything gets better when we have more muscle. Muscle solves a lot of problems. Your body fat percentage is 37, almost 38%, and that is the amount of body fat you have in your body compared to your overall weight. Okay? And what we want to do there is a good number for your body fat percentage is around 25%. So that gives you a goal to work for. We want to get that to around 25%. For women, that's a good number to be at. Some of these numbers you'll have to learn how to play around and do some math on the side, because this won't give you all of the different things, but understanding how to figure out what some of the additional numbers are is really good. Dennis. All right, Dennis, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, 202 pounds total body weight. And then we look at your skeletal muscle mass, 88.6 pounds. So if we know your body fat mass is about 50 pounds, you weigh 200.
2.2? 202?
202. What percentage is 88 of that?
Okay.
So you're about 50 pounds.
43%.
43%. So that's awesome, right? Most men in today's society are like 35%. You're almost 10% higher than the average guy.
Yeah, you can see
of
here.
muscle, of skeletal muscle
You can
mass.
see it here. It's over.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Yeah. Okay, 24% body fat is pretty good. I like, for guys, optimal is between like 18 and 22. So a little bit of work to do there. And scroll down to the visceral. 9, you're under 10, dude. Rock and roll, right?
Yeah.
So that could always get lower, but that's a great place to start. A lot of people start way over that number, so you're doing really good there. That's awesome.
Nice.
Okay, and then we talked about the lean mass, 200 pounds minus 50 pounds, you're about 150 pounds in lean mass. That's a really good start. Anybody have any questions? That makes sense? Any questions about any of the components specifically, or what any of them mean?
No.
No? Pretty straightforward?
Yeah.
Awesome, all right.
All right.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome.
Very good. Thanks.
All right, really excited to be here on Reversed. I am Dr. Philip Ovadia. I am a cardiac surgeon and an expert in metabolic health, and I want everyone to stay off of my operating table. And that's why I'm so excited to be here to talk about the effects of diet on heart health, and specifically let's talk about some of the aspects of the carnivore diet and how it relates to heart health. Hi, I'm Dr. Philip Ovadia, and I am a practicing cardiac surgeon, a practicing heart surgeon, and I have been increasingly focused over the past 6 years on how we can prevent heart disease, how we can keep people from needing heart surgery in the first place, and that's why I'm so excited to be taking part in Reversed. So I'd like to start asking all of you, what were some of the concerns that they had about doing the carnivore diet and how it might affect your health?
Yeah, so meat is bad. That's what you really always heard. And so going carnivore, that's what you're eating meat. So, there's absolutely a hesitation. And I think for most people probably, initially when you start researching it, you find more critics than you do people that are, doing it. So it becomes scary, especially when you're talking about the heart and heart health. You go to the doctor and they say that there's issues with your heart. I mean, that's what keeps us alive, right? So
our entire lives, we have been told that meat is bad for our health. Meat is something that you need to be careful about eating. You need to eat it, in small amounts. You need to eat it infrequently. And even within, you need to stick to the leaner meats, right? You've all heard that?
Yep.
Yeah. Now, when you really look into what are the biggest risk factors for heart disease, so there have been many studies that have looked at this. Insulin resistance is a much bigger predictor of heart disease risk than LDL cholesterol, elevated blood cholesterol levels are. So that's one thing that I always try to correct people's thinking on. When you look at the studies, what you actually find is that the HDL cholesterol, the so-called good cholesterol, and we call it good because you actually want that number to be higher, that being high is better protection against heart disease than your LDL being low, your bad cholesterol being low. You can flip that around the other way and saying having a low HDL cholesterol puts you at a higher risk of developing heart disease than having a high LDL cholesterol. Your triglyceride number is even more important when it comes to predicting heart disease risk. The higher your triglyceride is, the more at risk of heart disease you are. And again, if you compare the risk associated with the high triglyceride to the risk associated with the high LDL cholesterol, there is more risk associated with the triglycerides. So let's talk about how do you raise your HDL cholesterol? How do you lower your triglycerides? Because we know that that has more impact on your heart disease risk than that LDL that we focus so much about. And it really turns out that the best way to lower triglycerides, the quickest way to lower triglycerides, is to stop eating carbohydrates. You know, we tend to see as triglycerides are coming down, HDL will start to come up. When you improve your insulin sensitivity, when you reverse insulin resistance, and again, best way to do that is by lowering carbohydrate intake. I personally benefited greatly from doing a low carbohydrate diet, and I was able to reverse and overcome my lifelong battle with obesity. I was able to reverse my pre-diabetes, and I strongly advocate for low carbohydrate diets as the best way for us to improve our overall health and our heart health in particular.
Somebody says, hey, heart disease runs in my family. I've also heard it's what you put in your mouth that really causes, heart disease. Is that a true statement that yes, it's...
Ultimately, genetics do play a role, but I think it's a small role. And I think even someone who has a strong family history of heart disease, so they're going to be at more risk of heart disease than someone else that doesn't have that strong family history, you can still lower your risk. It's not a predetermined. No one is at 100% inevitability of getting heart disease just because their family, it runs in their family. I would rather have a bad family history and be doing a carnivore diet than have a good family history and be doing a standard American diet. One of the things we know about the carnivore diet is that it lowers inflammation in the body. People with carnivore diets describe all of these things, that have to do with inflammation getting better. Their joints feel better. Inflammatory conditions like arthritis get better. Their gut inflammation gets better. Carnivore diets lower inflammation, and inflammation, again, is one of the primary drivers of heart disease. And so that is another reason that I believe that the carnivore diet is good for the health, good for the heart.
Coming up on Reversed.
I think a lot of people yesterday were kind of surprised at our conversation.
I really like to observe how I feel, my energy, my sleep. For me, I felt better on higher fat.
Isn't it amazing how close we get in just a short period of time? I can't believe it's over.
Carbs, plants, and sugars damage our cells and bodies, causing dysfunction and disease. Leading fertility specialist Dr. Robert Kiltz has a solution for improving your health and wellness. A high-fat, no-carb carnivore diet featuring inflammation-reducing foods like bacon, eggs, butter, and beef, combined with intermittent feasting, improves glucose and insulin levels and virtually all aspects of your health. Learn more in Dr. Kiltz's new book, Kiltz's Keto is Carnivore, a guide for a fertile life and beyond. Available at Amazon.com.
Our animals don't need antibiotics or added growth hormones to grow big and healthy. All we need are a set of farming practices that are as old as time, an unwavering dedication to you, our customer, and an unshakable drive to produce the highest quality, healthiest meat in the world. U.S. Wellness Meats. Our animals eat right, so you can too.
I wanted to share with you guys some tips about intermittent fasting. This has been a game changer in my life, and it's really a great idea to combine intermittent fasting with the carnivore diet. They go together beautifully. One thing that helps me is to break my fast with bone broth. So we have a wonderful sponsor, and I have started breaking my fast with this product, and it has been a smooth transition because you need to actually transition the gut biome gently, and this is so gentle and so healthy for the gut. So I'll just take a drink of this. I'm about 72 hours fasted right now. So it's a really good immune reset to do a 72-hour fast every once in a while. And this is how I break it. It's delicious. I will drink this entire bottle and it's going to be amazing and get me back into my feeding cycle effortlessly.
I'm really glad you all got here, nice and safe and sound. You know, I really think that at the end of this, there's going to be some change, some growth.
So I think the message that has to go out is the message of love, the message of peace.
You okay?
I'm good. How are
Yeah,
you?
I'm good. I'm good. I think a lot of people yesterday were kind of surprised at our conversation. And
They don't know us.
right,
We're good.
exactly. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Even though
So the protein caused the insulin spike, or the insulin, or the fat did?
I just said with the protein, the insulin didn't move. But you have the protein plus the fat, then it's going to.
So the fat caused the insulin spike. You and I both are completely committed to helping people
I'm very strong-headed.
realize their best health, but also we're both stubborn and strong-headed and strong-willed, and sometimes that means you butt heads.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
but
okay.
it's not the first time you and I
No.
have butted heads, and probably won't be the last, but I still love you like a sister.
I love you too.
Yeah, and so I hope everybody understands that we're both very passionate about this.
Right, and it's like the nitty-gritty parts that we're nitpicking.
Right. We
And-
agree on 90% of stuff.
Right. But
Yeah.
I think even in the end, we agree on that. Like, if it's not working, stop doing the same thing over and over.
Sure.
Switch it up.
Yep.
And same on my side. If it's not working, switch it up.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think that's the way it has to be.
It is.
But at some point, you're going to come to something that we just disagree on, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's actually good, because I think when people see that debate, it makes them think on a deeper level and makes them go, oh, this is not all. Because I really think what we're all doing, you, me, everybody in this space, is we're rediscovering what a proper human diet is. We're fumbling around in the dark because we've been misled for so many decades that we're basically trying to just sort this out, one person at a time, one medical condition at a time. And sometimes that's going to lead to temporary controversy, but that doesn't mean that there's ill will.
I think my line was when I talked about, the personal fat threshold, and you said, I've never heard of that. And I was like, well, that's a lie.
Well,
And I
I've
was
never
just
heard
like,
it.
out, out.
I've never heard it mentioned in that context, because that's not the way I use the term.
I think
I'm
that-
talking about something completely different.
Yeah,
when I'm
I think
talking
in your
about that.
video, it wasn't what I was.
That's right. Yeah, and I've never heard it used like that.
There comes a point where you just can't eat it, that much food.
Yeah, and that's the theory, and I think that satiety signals take care of that. Unless somebody's at a hot dog eating contest at the county fair, I don't think they're going to purposefully overeat fat on a daily basis. I don't think that is possible long term, maybe for a day or two. But regardless, I think that the work continues, and we're going to continue to work together.
Of course.
And I mean, we're family friends.
Yeah.
You and Nisha.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to continue, and we'll probably have a squabble in the future.
I think
and that's
people
okay.
like the squabbles. Maybe we should do more of them.
Maybe we should.
Maybe we should do more of them.
Maybe we should just get out in the yard and go at it. I'll throw you over the railing, and then
I
we'll
can
say,
take you. Come on. I do think people like that debate, though, because
it's good.
they're already confused. Why not bring it to the table and
Yeah, exactly right.
Hash it out.
Hash it out.
Right?
Yeah, but I just want everyone to know that there's no,
No.
like we're close friends.
No, I brought you the deviled egg. It's all good.
Yeah, and it also wasn't scripted. It was real. But
It
it
was
also, we're going to leave here being good friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah. I hope you have a safe flight.
You too.
Yeah.
I'm going to come over and go hunting on
you
your
and
land.
Nisha going to go bow hunting?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
I
hope so.
can't wait. That's going to be awesome.
I hope so.
And you guys hunt it and bring it home, and I'll cut it up and cook it, and we'll eat it.
That would be like the best day ever.
Absolutely. Yeah. Can't wait.
Awesome.
All right. Ah, my friends. How's it going so far?
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's really nice, right?
Yes.
So there's a lot of debate in the carnivore community, and indeed the keto community, about should you do a high fat, moderate protein, or moderate fat, high protein. So let's just talk about this, and I hope that there's some disagreement.
Well, I'm team fat always.
Team fat, yeah.
And I'm
Okay.
team protein.
So-
I got a T-shirt that says Team Protein, so I'm Team Protein.
There you go. Okay, so we're just gonna let you two go at it.
Yep.
Bella, you want to start it off?
Absolutely.
Why do you think that, and why is Bronson wrong?
Well, I've experimented with both, and I go by cravings. I really like to observe how I feel, my energy, my sleep, my mood throughout the day, but also my cycle. So I'm 26. I would like to have a regular cycle every single month, so I do watch out for that. When I add more fat, I feel better. When I add more fat, I feel happier, calmer, and satiated. When I'm not having enough fat, that's when the cravings kick in. That's when I start craving for some sweets, maybe a little dessert here. I get snacky, I get late night munchies. So those are like the physical things that happen. With my cycle, it gets a little bit longer, a little bit more painful, not as comfortable when I'm not really upping the fats. For me, success stories are huge and they're so effective. And I really feel like for the general audience who want to learn about health, the carnivore diet, nutrition, seeing other people change their lives, completely turn their health around with their own success stories, in my opinion, is the most effective way.
So for me, the reason I'm more team protein, prioritizing protein, is for a couple of reasons. One, my goal is more performance-based. I'm more about trying to maintain and build that lean mass. And a lot of the people that I work with are coming from a position of not enough lean mass, right? Women that are in the 40s, 50s, and 60s who have kind of deteriorated over time. So their goal is, I need more lean mass. I need to be able to maintain my lifestyle, maintain my mobility as I get older. So lean mass is a focus there. Along those lines, while I do prioritize protein, I also don't limit fat, right? There is an amount of fat that everybody needs. That's going to be different for everybody. So in this discussion of fat versus protein, I think one of the things we should talk about is it really one or the other? Or is it what you need for both? You're not going to find a golden answer. You're going to find a bunch of different things that you need to try that could work for you. But the idea that there is something that will work for you.
I think, when we had a podcast together, I really like the way you put it. You didn't say you need this or that. You said you need enough protein, you need enough fat. Right. So it's not about one or the other. It is both. You do need enough protein and you do need enough fat. It turns out when you're looking at calories ratios and from protein and from fat, people tend to require more calories from fat. And I think that's where we start talking. Oh, you need fat. That's the important thing. Well, that doesn't mean that protein is not important, and vice versa. I think that there is a minimum that people need of protein and fat. Specifically protein, if someone's not very active or not very big or whatever, they're not going to need the same as the amount of protein as Dr. Barry and I. If you're working out a lot, you're going to increase your protein demand as well. But also fat, you're going to need a lot of fat as well. I think your body, that fat's a bit easier to figure out just because our body has a limited capacity to absorb fat. Getting people to be able to reverse their issues and diseases without having to take a bunch of pills and medications. It's something that's very, very near and dear to my heart.
Kelly Hogan, where do you fall in this contentious debate?
I have tried both ways. Very lean carnivore, very middle of the road, 60-40, and then 80-20. For me, I felt better on higher fat. I was having two issues at the leaner. For one, I was having some breast tenderness, and I was having a little bit of lower back pain. And those two things went away. I could make the tenderness go away with either iodine or high fat. And it turned out when I was eating a higher amount of fat, I no longer had that, and the lower back ache is, completely gone. Knowing that I was going to be talking about my story today, it's been so long that to go back to the feelings I used to have, I looked at pictures from back then where you can see almost just sad and sort of dead in my eyes. Even when I was smiling, you can just see I was hurting. So even when I did leaner days, I was eating burger patties. When I do really high fat is burger patties with some butter. It's not really that dramatically different enough for this horrible fight that we're having.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's the other thing too. What is high fat? Is it higher than you were eating before? Is it higher than protein? Is it higher than what does it even mean?
It's all relative. And I think one thing that we need to stress very strongly, because fat has been demonized for so many decades, for literal human generations, that many people think that fat is just another fuel source. right? Carbs, sugar's fuel, but also fat's fuel. And nothing can be further from the truth. The human body uses fat and fatty acids and ketones for hundreds and hundreds, possibly thousands of different uses in the body, from wrapping the nerve axons, right, to the cell membrane of every single cell. All the trillions of cells have to be built of fats. They have to contain that or they will not function properly. And so I think we need to move away from pretending that fat's just energy, because that's wholly untrue, and it also is misleading. We build things with protein. Oh, absolutely, 100%. We also build many, many things, including hormones, with fats. They're both building blocks. The only macronutrient that's not a building block would be carbohydrates. So get enough fat in your diet.
Absolutely.
Get enough protein in your diet. Eat until satiety, we all agree, and live a happy carnivore life.
Yeah. And don't eat all the other things. I think that's
the big.
Don't eat the other crap. Don't eat all the other crap. Yeah, I love it. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Brilliant as always. Thank you very much.
Isn't it amazing how close we get in just a short period of time? I can't believe it's over. I'm going to miss you guys so much.
I know.
Yeah, we're going to miss you too.
But I want you to know, like, I think I have everybody's contact, where to find you. You know where to find me, because I do want to keep in touch with the journeys. And if you ever want to, you know, do a call or whatever, I'm here for you. If you ever get labs you want to look at, I'd love to check them out and help you out. But I mean, I do have books for everybody. Thank you. And I also have ebooks for you for Carnivore, because I really want everybody to be successful. I'm so passionate about you guys. I know that you're going to do it. You're all so passionate about it. There's millions of people that need help. And my job's not getting any easier. It's getting much busier because so many people are sick. Like 2/3 of people have some sort of diagnosis. And when you look at that, food is causing, we're an input-output system. What you put into your body is going to give you an output. You wouldn't put diesel in a gas engine, but we're doing that every day. It's very nice to finally meet all of you.
Oh, God bless you for what you did for us.
No, it's so nice to finally meet you. Natalie.
Thank you.
Of course, Maria.
This is amazing.
And go Packers.
Thank you, I think.
But I'm serious. I think we'll all see each other again.
Yes.
I'm going to come visit you in Canada.
Oh, yes.
Your mom invited me to stay at her house.
Yes. You're welcome.
Yes, like, of course. I love New York. So, of course, we're going to keep in touch, too, with the ankylosing spondylitis and with my husband's journey. You guys are awesome. And friends forever, right?
Yes,
Friends
thank
forever.
you. Thank you so much for so much care, for so much teachings,
I
for
do care.
cooking.
I do care.
So delicious food for all of us during these days.
The food was amazing.
It's been an honor. Thank you for such a long journey that you came just to meet us and inspire us. For sure, this show in Carnivore will help me and my family. Definitely, I think we're going to implement a lot of changes after we're done filming this series and understanding and learning from all the professionals. So I look forward for implementing the changes with my husband and my kids as well. Thank
I really
you.
do. I mean, I say it, but like, that's just what I do. And
helping people.
Yep, I love it.
Yes, it's humbling that someone of your caliber, Maria, someone who is as internationally acclaimed as you are, someone who is as a best-selling author, and someone whose name is a brand. It's a humbling honor that you have served us as well as you served us.
Just a girl. I'm just a girl that really wants people to feel as good as I do. You know, food changed my life.
You set a pattern that we can model in our own lives of servanthood to others.
Yes, you've just been amazing to me, and I just really appreciate you.
Thank you. It's been an honor.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So, what a beautiful night, right? It's been an amazing couple of days. Now, usually what I do is we have our little ceremony for the guests, right? Because It's been almost like a graduation period for you guys. But for a few people, and not to leave anyone out, because we definitely have love for every one of you. But just wanted to kind of give you guys a little something special. So we got a little parting gift for not for the guests this time, but for the experts, right? Because without them taking the time to come from halfway around the world to be a part of not just educating the guests, but also everyone that's going to be watching this. And we know that a lot of people are going to be watching this. So first one is Maria Emmerich.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Yes. So that's for you.
So I just feel that, Reverse just opened my eyes to how many people need our help. And I also realize that life is short. Jerome has passed, and that really bothered me. I liked him a lot.
Next one is my ace in the hole, my all-star, Dr. Ken Berry. Always gonna hit the home run. Always gonna hit the home run, Brother Berry.
Gonna try.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you and for believing in me, man, and giving us the time.
Absolutely.
You've been solid from day one, brother.
You're doing good work. I hope you keep it up.
We're trying.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. I am beyond excited with the level of the quality of the experts that we have here with us this year. Yeah, I think it's the best year yet. We have just a list of brainiacs who not only know what they're talking about, but they actually are walking the walk.
Now, this is an interesting one. There's something about this guy I just like, and just all around passion. He's not going to retire anytime soon, and I think we know who we're talking about right there. Dr. Kiltz.
I love you, my friend. God bless you. Thank you. This is amazing. I love you.
Love you too.
Keep coming back. These people inspire me every day to share more of what I have been immersed in now for the last 10 to 12 years for carnivore, and before that it was keto and paleo, but it's been quite remarkable.
We've got so many amazing people. I could have carried 100 of these. And I also look at this as just a start. I want to do 2, 3, 4 more seasons of these, and we continue to grow this message to so many people. Dr. Anthony Chafee. Thank you, brother.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
So I'm very, very excited to be here with all of the guests and experts. These are all people that I've grown very fond of over the past few years, being in this realm and industry of promoting a carnivore diet. People that I've met personally and really got along with, and others that I've met online.
So we all go back home now, and let's continue to make sure we follow up with each other, continue to support the guest, to continue to grow the brand, and let's make this season and next seasons some of the biggest things. Remember, what we're doing here is really making history. This is groundbreaking. There's never been a series like this, and it took us to do it. Thank you, guys. Thank you from Reverse.
Coming up on Reversed.
All right, guys, I got everyone together because I really want to explore some of the myths.
Reverse TV series, a home run.
And when I say I was worried, I was worried. Unfortunately, we have come to an end.
Okay, a quick health tip from Dr. Vega. Many times when people make a shift in the way they eat, especially if they turn to carnivore cold turkey coming from the standard American diet, they might have some symptoms where they feel like it's normally called the keto flu, and there's a way to avoid that. This is a perfect way to achieve ketosis instantly, and Audacious with their product Keto Start, either with coffee or without coffee. So when you take this kind of supplements, exogenous ketones, you immediately enter into the state of ketosis. This is something I'd recommend you do if you want to try to have better performance.
All right, guys, I got everyone together because I really want to explore some of the myths and misconceptions and flat out lies that you're going to hear when you go back home about eating red meat, about eating the yolk of the egg, about eating a carnivore diet. And so we were just going to talk about the most common misconceptions that you're going to hear and go ahead and arm you with the knowledge. And when you hear that, you'll be like, that's dumb. I don't believe it. Okay? Dr. Kiltz?
Well, I think we've all heard that meat, and especially red meat, causes cancer, and that we should stay away from it. And that's a myth.
Yeah.
It's a lie. And maybe you can tell us a little bit more of that, Dr. Ken or Dr. Chafee, and are there studies out there to disprove that?
Well, so there are no studies to prove that that's true. And even the World Health Organization has gotten in on this play. And they recognize red meat as a probable carcinogen. Probably causes cancer. And they list 800 studies. But the problem is none of those studies are the type of study that proves something. And if you're not a statistician or an epidemiologist, you're like, I don't know one study from the other. All of their study is observational in nature. It can only show a possible association. And some of the 800 studies that they reference don't even include unprocessed red meat in the study. Okay? Now, Dr. Chafee, has there ever been a single controlled trial in humans showing that any amount of red meat, processed or unprocessed, increases your risk of cancer?
No, absolutely not.
Not a single one?
No. And in fact, the University of Washington just published this year a review of the literature looking at red meat and the different studies excoriating red meat, and they found that these were lazy junk science and that they did not show what they said they showed. And
they used the words to describe these studies, they used the words weak and very weak. That's the terminology in the published literature for these 800 studies that prove that red meat causes cancer. Now, what about heart disease, Dr. Ovadia?
Yeah, so
everyone knows red meat will cause a heart attack.
Everyone knows it, and it's real interesting when you say, show me the evidence, they can't do it. Annals of Internal Medicine 3 years ago had their big review of the impact of red meat on cardiovascular disease. And funny, they use the same term. Low quality evidence shows no association between unprocessed red meat and cardiovascular disease, and there was weak evidence of an association with processed meat and heart disease.
When our new friends get back home and they go for their routine checkup or for some acute malady, and they should they tell their doctor they're eating a carnivore diet, and if their doctor replies, oh my God, you should be eating a plant-based diet, what would you encourage them to say to their doctor?
I would start by saying, I want to work in partnership with you to see if this dietary pattern works. I mean, they did publish a study looking at the behavior characteristics of a carnivore diet with 2,029 participants. And it was an observational study, so it wasn't the highest quality, but what they found is that diabetes got better. The cholesterol numbers got better for the most part. Blood pressure, all these things got better, and the satisfaction got better. So I would actually present it and say, you know what, I want to try this. Would you partner with me? And then I would ask your doctor, measure my insulin level, measure my C-peptide, measure my coronary artery calcium score, all these inflammatory markers that we could always help you understand what to do. And then say, if it gets worse, I'll follow what you say, but let's give it a chance. And all you're asking is partnership. And if they are not willing to be a partner, which all doctors should, then you start to say, well, is there another metabolic health-oriented doctor in my community that can serve me? Because if we can't work as a partnership, then there's really no way you're going to achieve your health-related goals.
So either change your doctor's mind or just change your doctor.
Amen.
I've also in the past sometimes just told my doctors I'm doing a very low-carb diet. And most doctors are on board with that.
That's okay.
Okay, that's okay. And then as health improves, they're more open to hear, like, how low carb? Real low carb. And it's true. I don't have any interest in lying to a doctor. It is very true. And sometimes they've gotten so curious that they'll even ask specifics. But at that point, they've already seen something positive. So if you wanted to wait and, just lead with low carb.
Yeah. We want you to work with your doctor in a partnership. But it's true, some doctors are just not going to do that with you. And that's when you find a new doctor.
Yeah.
So as you guys can see, we're passionate about this, and we could talk about this all night. But let's not. Yeah, I got one more.
Because this is, I think it's really good, because you can't do it long term.
It's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable.
Well, long-term
we can do this
ketosis
one really quick. Anybody done this more than 5 years? Anybody more than 10 years? More than 15? 20? Okay, so 15 years, that's a pretty good time.
That's pretty sustainable.
That's pretty sustainable to me.
But there are carnivores who have done it over
There are
20.
plenty of people out there who've done it for a very long time.
Well, there's entire civilizations that exist
right now. Those two. Yeah.
So I hope this conversation has helped to gird your loins with an armor of knowledge that you can take back home with you and be impervious to the myths, the lies, the misconceptions that you're definitely going to hear, and you'll know how to respond to those. So thanks for hanging out with us, and on to the next.
Also, I want to tell you guys goodbye. This has been an amazing experience to just be here in this little carnivore commune, to work with you guys and to spend time with friends and eat delicious meat and talk about really world-changing topics. It's really been an honor.
Thank you guys so much for a wonderful experience.
As this experience wraps up, what I feel in my heart is that through all these years that I've watched the carnivore community grow, and the goal was always just let people hear about it. If they could just hear about it, even once. They may not get it the first time. They might at first be taken aback, but if more people just heard about it, exposure, and this is a dream.
Reverse TV series, a home run. I've been here 4 days of amazing experts, amazing guests that are here to learn, just like you are learning something new and different. It's radical. You may not believe this, but too many of us have been suffering for too long, and it's time to make the change. And the carnivore lifestyle is magic.
This week has been an amazing mix of beautiful people, delicious food. Thanks, Maria. I feel like our house guests are going to go home with a completely new paradigm about their diets. I think that many of the old myths and misconceptions and flat out lies have been completely destroyed and demolished. And I think they're going back home with a renewed confidence that this choice that they've made is the right choice.
It's been an amazing experience here at Reverse Carnivore. Such energy here, such hope, such positivity, working with the guests, all of the experts, all here for the same reason, to help people, to give people hope, to help them take back control of their health. This amazing series is going to have such a positive impact on so many people, and I've been so blessed to take a part of it.
This has been an incredible experience. We were joined today by 2 more doctors that brought their giving, generous hearts and message, and they were well received, and friendships were instantly formed. And our sense of community and togetherness as we step forward in our health has been solidified.
This view is just, it's just amazing.
It's beautiful.
It is. Well, I have to tell you, you know, because we talked before about me being a little worried. And when I say I was worried, I was worried. I got to be honest to you. You had me very worried. Very worried. And part of me was like, maybe this is not the time for her. Maybe this wasn't the right environment, right, you know, series to be a part of, even though I know you have a lot of passion for you know, carnivore and this way of eating. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I know you're dealing with a lot of anxieties and things like that. And I mean, are you going to be all right? Because I don't want to put you in a situation where, you know, I feel like you're pushing you too much. But I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. And I must say, you know, because one of the things that I did think about too as well is that not everybody has the same personality. And what I mean by that, I think a lot of times when you think of, you know, a series like this, that someone should have this, you know, overflowing, you know, jump off the screen personality, but there are so many people who are dealing with things, and some people aren't gonna. They just want to learn. They just want to listen. They just want to contribute in a different way. And that's what really made me say, you know what, how many people are like you that want the information, are very educated, and, you know, don't need to be or have this jump off the screen personality per se, but still have something to contribute, you know?
That's true. There's there's a lot of people out there like me, I think, who are on the quiet side and introverted, but still have struggles, maybe like mine.
Yeah, because you're not just, I mean, you have, you know, a few conditions that you're dealing with and things like that, and so I think that this really was powerful, you know, and
I didn't know what to expect coming in on this. I've never done anything like this before, but it has been really such an amazing experience to get to meet the other guests and the experts, especially who I've been learning from for some time. I wasn't expecting the warmth that I've seen from them. I mean, they all seemed like such good people, but since I've been here, they've just treated me like family. It's been really amazing.
It's going to be really interesting to see how they take the information.
Yeah, absolutely, because they all need it. Mm-hmm. We've got, in the mix, we've got type 2 diabetes, we've got an autoimmune condition, we've got fatty liver, we've got high blood pressure, so many things that are going to benefit tremendously from a carnivore diet. Yeah. And they all seem eager, they all seem very excited to try this, maybe a little apprehensive, maybe. But I think they're all on board. I think this is going to be great.
Yeah, I think just their willingness to come here in the first place shows that they're at a point where they want to find out what's next, how they make a change, and they understand that it's not just about weight loss. There's something in their life they're trying to change and make better. Yeah. And I think they're going to learn a lot. My time here has been absolutely amazing. The last week I've been introduced to a number of people that are in the carnivore community who are changing the world. I've had time to meet with our guests and kind of help them through the process of learning how to improve their quality of life. And I'm honored to be part of something that when the world sees what we have to offer, when the world sees how effective the carnivore diet is, it's going to change everything. There's a couple things that I'm taking away from here, and that is the importance and the power of sharing the message. We're all here in an environment of community, but that community is worldwide. And when this comes out and people see this, it's imperative that we share that message to everybody that we know.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think that decision, like, I cannot continue like this.
Yep.
I have to fix this. I think that's the watershed moment when you'll really look outside of your comfort zone and go, okay, what's out there? What have other people had success with? And this is it right here.
Absolutely. Meets the answer.
We've got another person leaving us here today.
I know. I hate it. Yeah. Who is it? Dennis.
Fellow New Yorker, Long Islander, you know. And I love your energy, man. I love your energy. Yeah. And I hope you stay in touch with everyone. And,
I absolutely will.
And continue on that journey. And we'll follow up with you in a couple of months to see how you're doing.
Yeah, awesome.
You know? So, good job.
Thank you.
Thank you for
very
joining
much.
us.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Dennis.
Yeah.
I know that you've got this. You got it.
Yep.
I saw it click.
Yeah.
And you're going to go home, and when we do a checkup in a few months, it's going to be like, dude, what happened to you?
These individuals that are here, that are experts in their fields, are able to help me and get me in a better place. And I feel like I have a connection with Dr. Anthony Chafee, just from doing his challenge and, you know, kind of going back and forth with him one-on-one with questions, and he kind of helped me out a lot. So I feel like he gave me a little bit more time than anybody else. And I don't necessarily mean anybody else here. He gave me more one-on-one time with some issues or problems that I was having, just back and forth through social media. And I feel like kind of not a lot of people do that, and he did.
So I just had an absolutely amazing time here with everyone, all the guests and the experts. It was an amazing time being able to put everyone's head together and talk about a topic that we're all very, very passionate about, which is optimal human health, and being able to educate the guests and hopefully everyone at home about how we're biologically supposed to eat and how this affects our health is, I think, one of the most important things we can do. So just very, very grateful for the opportunity to be involved in this and to share this knowledge with everyone. Hopefully they can use it to better their lives.
Hello, everybody. Let me get everyone's attention. So unfortunately, we have come to an end of ReverseD, right? But not of the education, of the continued support in the community, and all the amazing work that you guys are going to continue to do as we move forward, right? But I want to give a big hand of applause to all of you. Some of people are getting on the van right now, headed back to the airport. A few folks are still going to be here, but once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for helping us put this all together. And we'll see you soon.
Love it.
Puerto Vida, everyone. Puerto Vida.
Well, I feel incredibly honored to have even been invited on, and to see all of the experts that were also invited on. I was honestly quite nervous because these are people that I looked up to my entire carnivore journey. And some of these experts were the reason why I went carnivore.
It's been super nice journey, the amount of information that we have learned and got from all the experts, the amount of life experiences from the persons that have changed their life in the last 5, 12, 20 years. It's been amazing.
I am just full of love and healing myself already from being here. And so I am hoping that our community, that we stay in touch and that we help each other through the transitions. So I know that this series is going to help thousands to millions of people. I also know that the few people that took the time to come and be here will have their life revolutionized. And I am just thrilled to be a part of that.
So what I hope this series will do is to at least allow people to know there is another way, And that if someone is diagnosed with anything, but especially type 2 diabetes, to understand what that really means and to have solid solutions in a way that they can fix it, and that could even cause other amazing changes in their life, like no cravings, no boils, and maybe even losing weight too. And mentally, I used to have so much more anxiety, so if somebody out there gets freedom from any of that, it's gonna be a great series.
This is no TV series filled with drama and fighting. This is not even about being a carnivore. It's about options and finding what works best for your health. The goal is to share the information, to educate, inspire, but know that there are options that you can adapt into your life that have helped others and also break some of the myths. I'm so proud of where this is going and what we can accomplish at the end of this series. Tune in to the next episode of Reversed.
Just got back from Costa Rica where we filmed season 3 of the Reverse TV series.
I can't believe it's 4 months already, right?
Hi, Charles.
My favorite couple of the year.
I have had challenges, days where I get off the wagon.
Are you still doing carnivore or where are you at?